Around the goalkeeper.
Ball comes in. It is a leveller.
And it's a goal! 2-1 Navy!
It's a goal shot.
Hello and welcome to Lincoln City Football Club, the host of this winner-takes-all decider in the Women's Inter-Services Football Championships between the defending champions, the Royal Air Force, and the British Army. Both sides have a strong shout of winning the title today, so let's have a look at the story of the tournament so far.
Chance for Nadina Green, who's looking over the top for Bavister, and it might be a chance for Nat Bavister here. It's great past the goalkeeper. And who was there mopping up but Shauna Jenkins, but a really bright moment for the Navy. Puts it on a plate for Lucy Farrow, and that's the opening that the RAF wanted.
Yeah, fantastic finish by Farrow.
Celebration for the champions. Step one done. This is very strong, and that might be a penalty. It is. Burt Whistle against Brogan. And she buries it out of Burt Whistle. And it's taken. Georgia Allen scores. Brogan got a touch but couldn't get anywhere near it, and the Army are in cruise control at the moment.
So just a draw is needed for the Army to win the title, and we could be in for an interesting tactical battle this afternoon. Shortly, we'll hear from the Army's head coach, Craig Parker, but first from the RAF, here's Michelle Perkins ahead of her final match in Forces football. Welcome to Title Decider Day, winner takes all match here in Lincoln. It doesn't get much bigger than this, surely.
No, I think when you think about service football, this is it. You want it in this venue. It's a great setup. I think this is the best venue of the tournament so far. It's a home fixture, and hopefully we can take that advantage.
And rightly so, with both teams having beaten the Navy again. You know what you're up against today with the Army.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've watched them out throughout the season. They're improved from last year. They've got new management. There's more structure. So we know what we're up against, but we're confident. We're champions. We've been in this position many times, and we've got a really experienced squad. And hopefully we can go out and do our stuff today.
And an interesting day, of course, more meaning for you as well. Final day in Forces football. How are you feeling?
I'm trying not to think about it, to be honest. It isn't the focus. That is an afterthought. If we win, it will be great. It will feel brilliant. But that's certainly not my focus. It's about the squad, about the girls. It's not about me. And actually, we haven't talked about it, and I think that's quite right. That's not what it's about. It's about winning the inter-services, remaining champions, and going and doing the business. The emotional stuff, yeah, like it sounds nice. It's a bit of a fairy tale, but that's not what it's about. It's about the girls today, and hopefully they'll go and do the job.
And if they go and do the job, they've done it the best way possible, obviously having to beat the Army today. And as you say, a strong side. So a great testament for the tournament itself too.
Well, I think so. I think this is what you want in service football. You want it to come down to this sort of winner takes all. Interesting, because the Army have got a decision to make. They only need a draw. Do they stick? Do they twist? When do they do that? So I think that gives them something to think about. We know exactly what we've got to do. We've got to win, and that gives us a different focus. So I think that's a little advantage which we'll take. They'll think they've got the advantage, but I think for me that gives us a real clear focus about what we've got to do today, and that's what we're going to try and do.
Well, very best of luck, and enjoy this special day for you too.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Craig, thank you very much for joining me. How excited are you ahead of this massive title decider today?
Yeah, we're really excited. We've just obviously come to Lincoln, and the place is perfect. So yeah, we're buzzing.
And nice, obviously, with that 2-0 defeat of the Navy for yourselves last week. Nice to go again and maybe not have that break in between.
Yeah, I agree. We've actually been in camp for 3 weeks. So this is our 3rd week now, and this is what we've all been looking forward to, the last game. The Navy last week was perfect, but under no illusion that that's the Navy. The RAF are a completely different team, and we're changing, and we've got a game plan, and we're locked in, ready to go. And
I know you can't give away too much, but what are some of the areas you're looking at in terms of their threats out there?
It's quite obvious their threats, to be fair. The front three is the best three that the services have got. You know, let's nullify that, and we'll go from there.
And it adds that extra bit of meaning for you to be able to topple the defending champions potentially today as well.
Yeah, agreed. But at the same time, we're not thinking about them. We're thinking about us. Because I think if you go into that mindset of thinking about others, you forget what we are. And this season, we've been on a real journey, and we're in a place where I think we'll do well today.
And you're feeling pretty confident. Good mood in camp as well.
Yeah, the girls are buzzing. We've got such a good group of girls, and they've kind of been on this journey from the beginning to where we are now. And yeah, we're excited.
Brilliant. We'll go well today, and thanks for chatting.
Yeah, thank you. Cheers.
The Army have won the Inter-Services football title this year at under-23s, Masters and Senior Men's level. Will they add the women's to their list, or will the RAF continue their dominance? Let's find out and join our commentary team led by Kath Brazier.
Well, hello and welcome to a very sunny afternoon here at Lincoln City Football Club. It is a beautiful April day and we reached the winner takes all of the Inter-Services Women's Tournament. Already we know the winners of the men, and that was the Army, and the RAF are here. The ladies in blue are here to try and get to 5 Inter-Services in a row, and I'm sure the ladies in red will try and stop that at all costs. And I'm joined by the Royal Navy Women's Manager, Glenn Long. Your tournament's obviously over, Glenn, but hopefully you'll be able to give a nice sort of bipartisan view of both these teams, having faced them and knowing these girls so well.
Yeah, I mean, obviously our season's over with. Unfortunately, we didn't get the results we wanted. However, I will be a neutral in this, not supporting either side. Good luck to both teams, and hopefully it'll be a great match here at Lincoln City.
And we'll get to the national anthems very briefly, but what can you tell us that has brought the light blues, and what has created this team, this winning team in the last few years?
I mean, consistency from the RAF. They've had consistency in players. They've been playing at step 3, step 4, so quite a high standard of football. We're just going to have a quick pause here for the national anthem.
Yeah, so Glenn, as you were saying, the RAF, it is consistency. When you look at their lineup, which we'll go through in a minute, there's a lot of people who have played about 4 seasons, and that tells you a lot about that consistency.
Yeah, and I think even them 4 seasons are probably not including COVID, so they're probably going back 6 to maybe even 7 seasons that they've been involved. So the consistency of the same team, same players playing at the same level or a very good level of football obviously helps. And the Army are been transitioning. They've come out the other side now, and they're a lot stronger. So yeah, it all leads to be an exciting game going forward, I think.
There will be extra pressure, of course, on the light blue ladies as they are going for their 5th inter-services. But yes, we're going to look at the RAF lineup to begin with, just going from 1 to 11. And Glenn, you can tell me which names stand out to you. We've got Jamie Lee Bamford in goal, Ash Housley-Stott in defence, Abby Hayes, Kat Beaver, the captain, of course. And you talk about consistency, that she is consistency personified. And number 5, Shauna Jenkins, Harriet Wellings at 6, Lucy Farrow, ever on the score sheet, Eden Marsh, Georgia Carr, Megan Herbert, and Pip Wilson up front. So yeah, a lot of good names on that sheet.
Yeah, definitely. Like I say, a lot of them players have played consistently throughout the last 4 or 5 years. But the standout names on that team sheet is probably Lucy Farrow, as she's scored goals consistently over the last 3 or 4 years. And then obviously you've got Pip Wilson again, who's also scored quite a few goals over the last few years. So they're the probably standout names attacking wise. Obviously you've got Shauna Jenkins at the back, who is probably a rock at the back there. So yeah, her experience playing at a very good level of football, civvy side, also helps that team at the back as well.
And Lucy Farrow, obviously, currently at Lincoln United, so it's like a home game for her. We'll quickly jump to the Army team. In goal, we've got Nicole Gare, Ashley Mills, Courtney Jones, Amber Marsh, Indiana Totti, Shannon Bradley, Anna Burt-Whistle as captain. I should have said that Courtney Jones, of course, is vice-captain. George Allen, Imogen Fisher, Tara Parker and Lauren Druitt up front as well. So, yeah, I mean, the Army haven't performed brilliantly over the last few years. They've really stuck themselves up to be counted this year.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, a lot of them names are a little bit unknown to myself this year, so they've literally come through the new setup with Craig.
We're just going to have a quick minute silence here for John Taylor. Yeah, sorry, Glenn, I'll try not to interrupt you for the rest of this this commentary. But yeah, just a minute silence there for John Taylor, who was the Army FA Senior Independent Trustee, originally appointed to the role in 2013. He's been involved with the Army Football Association for a long time. And he sadly passed on the 25th of March after a brief illness. So both teams just in their huddles and training camp before the game. But you were just talking about the Army just briefly, so do you want to revisit kind of what you were saying?
Yeah, so I was just saying that the Army are a lot of new players this year, which they brought through the new manager, Craig. And yeah, I think if I'm looking at the team now, if I had to name 3 names for the Army, you're probably looking at Anna Birtwistle. If she can get in the ball in the pockets of space and play them through balls or take a shot, then she's going to be dangerous. I think Georgia Allen, an unknown to me until last week, she had an amazing game, and yeah, she's going to be dangerous if they can get the ball to her. And then defensively, you've got the experienced Courtney Jones, who was with me when the Army and the Navy played the RAF last year at Manchester United's ground at Old Trafford.
Wow. Well, I'll tell you what, Glenn, it's a real pleasure to have you, because you really do know the ins and outs of military women's football, as the Army are going to take things underway here. And just a reminder, of course, in the first game this year, the Navy lost 1-0 to the RAF. Lucy Farrow scored the goal there, and the Army then beat the Navy 2-0. Sorry, Glenn, I know you are here.
Cheers for that.
But just to say that if this did end in a draw, the Army would win by points difference, because they're 1 goal up. So the Army just need a draw, and the RAF will be looking to absolutely win it outright, I'm sure, for a 5th time in a row. But yes, we're underway here, and at the moment, even though it was an Army cook-off, the Light Blues, well, have just changed possession as I say that, so I've jinxed that slightly. But yeah, the RAF, oh dear, a bit of a muddle there in front of goal. There's always a tense few minutes, isn't there, as people settle into the game?
Yeah, I think the opening 15 minutes is key for both sides. They just need to settle in and play their football. Looks like the RAF have changed a few things with Hannah Hale being injured. It looks like they've brought in Pip Wilson into the 10 position, and Eden Marsh and Lucy Farrow have gone into the wide positions. But that 10 position for Pip is a usual one. I know she's played there for UCAF and also her club Shrewsbury Town as well.
And when you look at the last few years, you've mentioned Pip Wilson and obviously mentioned Lucy Farrow a lot. Jade Widows as well has made an impact for your side. There are a lot of names that are commonly on the score sheet. So, you know, they're obviously doing well, because they're not just good players. They're really, you know, putting weight behind those goals as well.
Yeah, I think yeah, Jade Widows is a fantastic player and one of the best in the forces in her position, in my opinion. And unfortunately we missed her presence this year,
yeah.
But hopefully she'll be back next year, fit and fighting strong. But yeah, there is them same goal scorers each year in, year out, which shows how good these players are, and to get and keep at that level, they need to be playing regular civvy football as well as the military side as well.
And do you think the fact that a couple of I mean, you talked about consistency with the RAF team, but a lot of them, they're on similar season numbers for the RAF, but a lot of them seem to play that civilian football with each other. So they've got that camaraderie in the light blue, but also for their club sides.
Yeah, I think you've got Georgia Carr and Pip Wilson play for Shrewsbury Town. You've got Rachel Howes and Lucy Farrow that play for Lincoln United. So, like you say, they have got that connections in civvy football as well as in the military football, which can only help the RAF team going forward.
So the Army with a throw-in just below us here on this very high gantry at Lincoln City. We've definitely got the best view in town.
Yeah, I think it's been a bit of a scrappy start, to be honest. Like I say, the first 15 minutes is usually a bit frantic, a little bit scrappy. Hopefully things will settle down and they'll start playing their football.
Because of the girls all playing for good club sides now, they're not intimidated by a venue like this, are they?
No, and I think this is definitely something to go forward. Obviously, the Army had Aldershot. Unfortunately, we couldn't play there this year due to unforeseen circumstances. But then, obviously, this stadium's amazing. It's a great experience for the women and can only push on the women's game, which is what we aim for.
And it's my understanding, or your understanding today, Glenn, that this will be a fixture next year as well.
Yeah, so I was told that by some of the RAF committee that this potentially will be, or hopefully will be confirmed as a game for the RN next year as well. So, yeah, looking forward to being here, not commentating, but being in the dugouts.
I mean, you love the commentating, really.
I do love being here, being a commentator, and thanks for having me. I do appreciate it.
You're very welcome. You may not thank me in an hour and a half, but we'll see. So yes, the as Glenn says, slightly scrappy start from both sides, but that's often the case. First nervy few minutes, but the RAF looking to take control of this fixture
It looks like the Army are sitting in a little bit, trying to be solid at the back, and letting the RAF have the ball a little bit round the back, but then deciding to jump in when they can.
Ooh. Georgia Carr looking for goal there, but blocked by that Army defence.
Yeah, I think it was Amber Marsh got a good foot in there, and it's the first corner of the game for the RAF.
And over in the shady corner, there's not very much shade here, but that corner happens to be one part of it. So Georgia Carr taking the corner for the RAF.
I think the numbers are mixed up. That might
okay,
looks like Lucy Farrow.
Yes, you're right. It is. She's normally 7, isn't she?
Yeah. Always a way to confuse the commentators.
I know. I should know better. I should know their faces better. But yeah, so Lucy Farrow, I think.
The Army
9.
on the counter here. To be fair, the RAF got numbers back there quickly, so that was really well snuffed out. Jamie Lee Bamford picked up the ball.
And Jamie Lee Bamford in a cap, which shows you how sunny it is out there.
It's probably, I live just down the road from here. It's probably the best day we've had this year in this area.
Decade?
Yeah.
Yeah, Lincoln's not known for its good weather, so.
Usually has a week a year where it's very nice.
Is that when you take your holidays?
That's it, yeah.
The RAF then building from the back, but that's intercepted by the Army.
Counter here. If she goes one more, that's a great
lovely ball.
Oh.
Just didn't have enough on it, but well seen by Bamford in goal. So yeah, both sides with chances so far, and we're a mere 5-6 minutes into this fixture.
It looks like the Army have tried to set the trap and let the RAF play out and then win it and counter-attack quickly, which they just did there, which led to that chance.
So Nicole Gare, I hope I'm saying that right, Nicole. With in the Army goal, in the very high vis. No one's going to miss her on the pitch. Generally, when now you've played both these sides, are they quite similar in the way they play, or are they just adapting to, you know, the team on the day?
I think I mean, you come in with a plan with inter-services, but that plan can change within first 5-10 minutes of seeing what goes on. So, yeah, I think they're both set up slightly differently, and the RF have changed since they played us. So it's interesting to see, actually. Oh, a shot from the Army which has gone wide, but still in play. Oh, great tackle from Shauna Jenkins there. She comes away with the ball.
Sorry, just a quick break there to adjust some numbers. We've just had updated squad numbers in, so not as advertised, unfortunately, as we started off. But as Glenn is here as the expert, I'll rely on you to get the names right.
I'll try and do my best. Just the last few minutes, I think the Army have started to get hold of the ball a little bit and have settled probably a little bit quicker than the RAF. A few decisions going their way.
I mean, the Army will have, you know, got a good bit of momentum from the win over the Navy, and they've had a slightly shorter break, I suppose. But you know, in such a short time scale, I don't know that makes much difference.
I mean, sometimes it's better not to have the break because they're they've got the momentum, like you say. They've had a few training sessions after probably our game, and whereas the RAF have probably had to go away, maybe even go back to work and then come back and then have a few sessions. So sometimes it's easier not to have that break.
So the RAF again, building from the back. Ash Housley-Stotts, tackled by Shannon Bradley.
It's given away. Lucy Farrow's in down the left-hand
got
side.
Some wheels, yeah. That was, Gare was thinking of coming out, but saw the speed of Farrow. That's nicely fed in, but dealt with by the ladies in red, and that goes straight to Cat Beaver.
Free kick here in a dangerous position for the RAF. Looks like Lucy Farrow's going to take it again.
So yes, these set pieces that I'm sure are drilled into these players ahead of these fixtures.
It's a nice ball to a dangerous area, but well headed out by the Army.
I think that hit Blue head as well.
Oh, we've got a decision to make here. Penalty, I think he's given.
Is he pointed?
I think
he's going to give a card, isn't he?
It definitely looked like it was inside the area, so if he's given a free kick, it's a penalty.
He's going off to speak to his assistant referee there, his touch judge on the side.
It's definitely a penalty, I think, yeah.
Right, there we go.
Yeah, so it was a little bit soft if you want my opinion, but yeah, he's given the free kick, which is obviously inside the box, which leads to a penalty.
There was a penalty in the Army's game against you, Glenn, scored by Anna Birtwhistle, so it looks like it would be Cat Beavers stepping up for the Light Blues.
Yeah, I remember her taking a penalty against us a couple of years ago, and she's very calm, composed, and got the experience to probably slot this away, I would have thought.
Beaver then for the RAF.
Yeah,
very
straight
smooth.
in the corner.
Gare did not move really at all, and she definitely moved the wrong way to begin with. So the RAF, the reigning inter-services champions, are already 1 goal up, and it's only 12 minutes in to this final fixture. And it's nice to see Jamie Lee Bamford has run all the way from her goal to congratulate her team captain and her team. And that's exactly the kind of start the RAF would have wanted, because it was looking pretty much 50-50 for most of that, Glenn. So
yeah, I think if anyone, I thought the Army had settled better. It was just, you can't make them sort of challenges and give the referee a question to make around the box or in the box. So it's yeah, 1-0 to the RAF, slightly against the run of play, but we get the Army will go again.
yeah, Kat Bavister so reliable in so many areas, and I suppose she's just a really calm head, sensible decision to put her up for the penalty there.
Yeah, Kat Beavers, yeah, she's one of the most experienced players in UCAF. I don't know why that's been allowed to be played on. It looks like the player threw it to herself.
Yes, another attempt there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the referee was watching there, or the linesman.
Did I just say Kat Bavister?
You did, yeah.
Sorry.
It's all right.
Mixing up the Nat Bavister and Kat Beaver, of course.
Two very, very experienced, probably the most experienced players.
I mean, put them on a UCAF pitch, and you know they play very well together. But obviously, one is Navy and one is RAF. So yeah, Kat Beaver. Sorry for that. So the RAF then 1 goal up, 1 to the good here in this final fixture of Inter-Services Football of 2025.
Yeah, I think that goal settled the RAF down a lot.
Definitely. Yeah, the positioning round goal looks much clearer, and they've trying to capitalise on that 1-0 advantage.
Yeah. I mean, any plans the Army had to sit back and and go for the draw have obviously been changed now. I don't think they were set up like that anyway.
They wouldn't have. I think, yeah, we know military footballers, and generally the military, they will go for a win, won't they?
Yeah, definitely.
It's almost that England cricket mindset, whereas, you know, even if we lose, let's at least go out there and entertain and play for the win at least.
Yeah.
Who wants a draw? Nicole Gare then for the Army, and that's just reached the halfway line.
Also, another change that's that the RAF have made before or when they played us is obviously Kat Beavers looks like she's in the central midfield, in the holding midfield position.
Right.
Which just, again, is testament to how many different positions and how experienced she is and what she brings to the RAF side.
Kat Beaver currently at Fulham women's team, has played for MK Dons and Oxford United in the past. She's a PTI at RAF Holton. And yes, ever present when it comes to military football.
Yeah, I think certainly Kat Beaver, Nat Bavister and Chrissy Wright, between all three of them for all three services, have probably got the most most appearances for each of their services, I would have thought.
So we've had a few messages in already. Kempy, who isn't here, we were surprised, says, "Come on, Army, watching from Australia." So there you go, there's your answer, Glenn. She's not...
I wonder why I haven't seen her or heard her.
She's on the other side of the world.
Hi, Kempy.
Poland come on the RAF with a couple of blue hearts. And there's a Winnie Win saying, "Away the lasses," and I think that's in tribute to Newcastle winning the Carabao Cup, maybe. I do know a bit about football.
Yeah, they had a good celebration, actually. The parade looked really good. Yeah,
it did.
A shot from range from Pitt Wilson, asking for a foul, but the referee said the advantage was there.
I think she knew the answer. So yes, the RAF have certainly stepped up a gear, and that goal's given them a bit of impetus. But a reminder, of course, that they are looking for their 5th Inter-Services title in a row. We think they were reigning champions from 2019, and of course we lost 2 years to COVID, and ever since then it has been light blue in the ladies' game. We've had a couple of people questioning the penalty, as per football viewers tend to do on Facebook. That's fair enough, but hopefully you can just go back and watch the BFBS coverage and have an opinion, form another opinion for yourself. But
yeah, it'd be nice to see it back myself. Actually,
it was very on the line.
I think it was a soft sort of penalty to give, but if there's contact and she hasn't got the ball, then and it's in the area, unfortunately, it's given the referee probably no choice.
So Army throw in, and if numbers is to believe, that is Lauren Druitt. Dave H has asked, he just said, "I started watching, come on the RAF, what was the result in the women's Army-Navy game?" That was 2-0 to the Army at Bracknell FC. Goal scorers were Anna Birtwistle and Georgia Allen.
Oh, really good touch on that by Jamie Lee Bamford. Dangerous ball into the box there by Anna Birtwistle, I think.
Well, the Army showing that they are not going to lie down. As we say, a winner takes all. But the RAF with that current 1-0 lead.
Nice bit of play from the Army there, and a shot on
Bamford.
goal. Ooh.
I think, did that bounce over the line?
The referee, I think, the linesman had an offside, his flag up,
Okay.
I think, on that side, but the referees let play go on. But it was very close, wasn't it?
It was very close. I don't know if we can blame the sun for that one, but yeah, the RAF don't want to concede a goal in such a fashion. So the ball's back in. The light blues. Pitt Wilson coming down the left wing here.
Nice clearance by Courtney Jones there.
So it's Harriet Wellings who's wearing number 7 for the RAF. Another assault on goal, but that is well defended by the Army. No. Free kick then to, or line out throw, sorry, I'm in rugby mode.
Throw in for the
Throw in
RAF, yeah.
for the RAF. Sorry, that's the problem with switching between sports in the space of 2 days.
Easily done. Yeah, that's what Anna can do when she gets on the ball. Spreads it nicely wide for the Army.
Great control from the captain. And no doubt the RAF will definitely not settle back and imagine that 1-0 is going to be enough. They'll want a cushion, especially knowing that a draw for the Army would give them a win on goal difference.
Yeah, it's only 1 goal at the moment, so yeah, the Army is still well in it, and I think probably other than the goal, I think they've probably been edged it's been very 50-50, but probably edged it so far, other than the goal. So they've just got to keep doing what they're doing and see what happens.
Yasmin Danielle Mills, Let's Go Army, supporting Ash Mills today. Ash Mills in shirt number 3 for the ladies in red. Oh, another name that you'll recognise, Glenn. Antea Captain's been on. I don't think that was a penalty, to be fair, very harsh. And she said it on YouTube, so it's out there.
Yeah,
so I'm not throwing her under the bus.
No. Hi T, hope you're well. And yeah, I thought it was a very soft at that. Obviously, I'd like to see it back. Only got one view of it so far.
Yeah, we'll definitely give you the opportunity to have a look back at that. But it's been and gone now, and the RAF are 1-0 up. Ooh.
The keeper's well out of a goal here.
She is. This could be for a long one. She's going to try.
Gone for it. Ooh. It's a great strike.
Do you know what? That was the right idea all around, and the RAF had it covered, although that came in quite a bullet.
Yeah, I think that was Ash Mills, so she just had a shout out on YouTube, and yeah, almost scored.
She must have heard.
Yeah, it was nice control and a good shot, just wide of the far post.
This is Ash Mills' first in services. She is from North Wales.
Oh, pressure on here. Well, nice and calmly done by the RAF.
Yeah, they have definitely made a name for themselves as calm and, like you say, consistent. I think they can. They know where each of their players are.
Yeah, I think that comes also from excellent leadership. I mean, you look at Kat Beaver's leadership, and she leads by example, and she's always talking constantly on the pitch.
Yep.
So yeah, a very good player, not only with the ball at her feet, but also with her talking and getting her team to follow suit. A good bit of skill by Pip to keep hold of the ball. There's a player over on the far side. I think it's Eden Marsh.
Yeah.
Player that won the penalty.
And the Army just, I thought they were playing it safe then, but it's gone back
Eden
to Marsh
again.
Yeah.
Oh, good little battle there.
There's some pretty physical there in this half.
Oh, nice football to get out from the Army. And here they go, they're on the
Space,
counter again.
got space.
Out to Shannon Bradley. Shauna Jenkins has slowed the attack down and win the ball. And then drives forward.
Lovely play.
That's Shauna Jones in a nutshell there.
Oh, a lovely ball forward as well to Farrow, but
great tackle by Courtney Jones.
Yeah. Well, it just shows, doesn't it, Glenn, how quickly, you know, just one player can make a good tackle and run away with it.
Yeah, I mean, Shauna's experience in civvy football and in military football, and she likes to drive with the ball when she wins it, and soon turns a defensive thing into a counter-attacking.
We were just saying, I mean, we've got such good view here from the filming gantry at Lincoln City, and it is a lovely pitch. I know it's a lovely day and that helps, but it just looks like the girls has another attack, another attempt from goal, but that went straight into the hands of Nicole Gare of the Army. They just look like there's so much space. It must be so lovely to play on a pitch like this.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like I say, these opportunities are out there. We just need to keep them coming for the women's game and continuing with the men's game as well. It's always nice to play on a big pitch, especially with a facility like this. It's an amazing opportunity for them girls out there.
So a little bit of debate about whose throwing it is, but it goes the way of the red.
I think it's also really good to see that all three forces are not having a big goal difference. Like I remember my first season, we beat the Army 5-2 and lost to the RAF 3-0. So it's a lot closer in every game now. It seems to be a battle. So it's 2-1 or 2-0 over the last couple of years.
Yes.
So it's good to see that. That's also, you know what I mean, good for UCAF and Armed Forces women's football.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the results from the last one.
The Army are in here with Georgia Allen. Great ball to Imogen Fisher. Oh, what a block that is. Not quite sure who made that block at the moment, but that was the goal-saving block. Megan Herbert, I think it was.
Oh, that was not the greatest throw-in, unfortunately. It went straight out, so it's a light blue ball.
But that opportunity there just shows what the Army are capable of. I mean, they won the ball back quickly, and then George Allen feeds Imogen Fisher, and if it wasn't for a great block by Megan Herbert, then it could be 1-1.
Well, for the good of the game, Glenn, it would be nice to see a couple more goals, and let's take it to the full 90.
Yeah, definitely. I think there's definitely more goals in this. I can't see it staying the way it is. Both teams are going for it, so let's hope there's a few more goals.
Amelie Hewitt's watching from Canada. She says, go RAF with 3 blue hearts. There's going to be a bit of competition for, obviously, blue and red hearts on YouTube today. But thank you to everyone for watching. I do love our audience watching from all over the world. It is definitely a very unique part of it.
Yeah, I think it's really good for those families, friends and colleagues that can watch from wherever. And I've already said to yourself and your colleagues, it's great to see the coverage this year and how it keeps on improving year on year. So it's great to see.
And thank you, Glenn. We do love it. We were down in a sunny Havant on Wednesday for rugby, 2 games of rugby, and the same team are here today for football. We've got the UCAF Sports Awards next week, so God knows what gobbledygook I'll coming out with by then.
Oh, she's almost lost it.
Oh, Ged!
Oh,
yeah, needs to hold on to that.
Oh, no.
No, this could be
Lucy
in. Yes,
Farrow
she did.
makes
It must
it
be.
2-0.
Oh, I feel sorry for Nicole Gare there. She was caught in between 3 players. But well done to the RAF for sticking it out.
Yeah, I think she just held on to the ball for too long there and could have passed it out wide. But yeah, unfortunately for her, the RAF have nicked it, and Lucy Farrow's got yet another inter-services goal.
Farrow on the score sheet again. I'm sure we'll see a replay of that, but Gare really should have either held on to it or got rid of it, and she sort of did neither and was caught in 2 minds. So that is a 2-0 lead to the reigning inter-services champions, the RAF. Kat Beaver and Lucy Farrow on the board.
And again, I don't think it's a 2-0 game, really. I think it's a very even game. It's just 2 mistakes from the Army, and the RAF have pounced, really, and made it 2-0.
And we've got a RAF player down here, so the umpire's going to stop the play.
Yeah, I think it's Lucy Farrow that's down. It's got a knock to her left leg in front of us.
Yeah, so we're going to take this opportunity, Glenn, just to look through a couple of replays. So first of all, So
nice.
penalty from Cat Beaver. I mean, a lot of people are calling it to be a bit harsh, a bit soft, but really nice actual penalty from Beaver. Sorry, it's only showing the goal.
Yeah, no worries. I mean, it was nicely calm, nice and calm, slotted to the left-hand side of the keeper, right in the corner. Got no chance really of saving that.
Yeah, if we could see, it'd be nice actually to see the actually the play's about to start again, but yeah, we'll try that again in a second. But we're back on here.
Yeah, I've just seen the second goal from the RAF again. I think there was a chance for Nicole Gare to pass it out wide and then pick it up when the ball rebounded to her, but unfortunately neither of them options were taken. And,
Well, she was on the ground. She had 2 RAF players standing over her, so but potentially should have just held on to it in the first place. But
yeah, it was a lot of pressure from the RAF, and I'm sure she'll be kicking herself. But she's got to get on with the game now, clear that from her head, and carry on.
I mean, easy for us to say, isn't it, Glenn, with standing up here?
Yeah, definitely.
Never that easy on the ground.
No, it isn't. And Lauren Druitt's just got the ball. Oh, Anita Marsh is in there again. She's nicked the ball, and a through ball from Cat Beaver. Oh, good challenge there. Even though it was offside, that was a really good challenge, I think, from Ashley Mills.
2-0 then to the RAF ladies. And it's still not a big cushion. But I'm sure going into half-time, they're going to, which we're still 15 minutes away, Glenn. I mean,
yeah, I thought it was gone a bit quicker than that, but yeah, it's been a nice, entertaining game though.
Yeah, and like you say, it hasn't necessarily gone the way of the momentum that we felt, but maybe the RAF have just perfected their finishing a little better.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you get with the RAF. They get one chance and then it's in the back of the net. That's why you've got to be careful and not give them chances.
Nicole Gare, who's goalkeeper for the Army, she's part of the Royal Army Medical Service. She's from Luton. She's played for 16 years. She's been a goalkeeper for 11. And I love this. She says, I'm passionate about caring for those in need. I think she's a nurse, so that would make sense.
Yeah, being in the medical trade myself, I appreciate and in fact, I think there's a couple of Royal Army Medical Service players, actually.
It's the RAF looking to push on again, but that's been kicked away by the Army. But we've got Eden Marsh again. Very handy down the right side, isn't it?
Yeah, like I said to you before the game, I was surprised that she started, but I understand they've moved things around, and to be fair, she's probably been one of the most dangerous players when the ball's come to her.
She's made a massive improvement from last season as well. She's, if they do a most improved player, you know, she's made such a difference.
Yeah, she's definitely made an impact. Obviously, she won the penalty, which for the first goal, and she's looked dangerous every time they've given her the ball.
Yes, it's only her second season for RAF. And she's played for Longwell Green, Colchester and Colchester Academy when she was younger.
Yeah, you can definitely tell there's a bit of experience in there from a young age.
Yeah, then not quite clearing to the halfway point. And Farrow's on it.
That's what she should have done last time, but it's gone. I'm sure she knows it now, and she's done very well there.
She's not going to thank you for that, Glenn.
I'm sure she knows herself.
I'm sure she does. That's the worst thing, is no one's going to feel as bad as she does. So
it's nice to see that she's cleared her head and she's playing the way, you know what I mean, which is what the coaches would expect, and it's nice to see her doing that.
Well, as soon as it happened, the RAF were obviously celebrating, and most of the Army team came over to Nicole and gave her a fist bump, or, you know, a pat on the back, and I just think, you know, you just need to shake that sort of thing off. It's such a big responsibility to be a goalkeeper.
Yeah, definitely. I couldn't and wouldn't be able to do it, so fair play to her. I mean, that's one thing that was good to see is the Army captain and a few other players came up, picked her up and gave her a pat on the back and, look, forget about it, let's crack on and get back in the game.
So RAF ball here on the their left wing. Ash Housley-Stott. Yeah, another throw in here.
Yeah, so 10 minutes to half time. I think what the Army will try and do is try and see out this and then potentially have a chat in the changing rooms and maybe come out a bit more attacking for the second half.
Well, he's still having a go at it. It's a lovely defence.
Yeah, nice little tackle and pass from Megan Herbert again there.
So Army throw-in, just below us here. A resplendent Lincoln City ground. Right.
Oh, that's a great ball, and Eden Marsh.
Eden Marsh on it, but well covered by Nicole Gare. Brilliant.
Yeah, great goalkeeping from Nicole Gare there. Well done.
And the Army trying to get the ball back into their half. Spent quite a lot of time in the RAF's half in the last 15 minutes or so.
Yeah, well done. Played well to get out there. But Shauna reads it well, and nice ball into Cat Beaver.
Sorry for a bit of bad language if you heard that then.
Commentator's curse there, been praising Cat Beaver, and then she plays one a little bit too long.
And she told us what she thought about her own play there.
Yeah.
So the Army back in possession, but they need to get the ball past the halfway line and maybe try and have a bit of an attack before the half-time whistle goes. But it's just, they just can't get it past this blue wall
Pip
at
Wilson's
the moment.
driving now. Oh, brilliant bit of skill.
Lovely footwork.
Great tackle. Amber Marsh, really good tackle. And well done to the Army defence there to win a goal kick.
Yeah, it sort of seems to reach just beyond, just creeping up to the halfway line, and the RAF are really good at sort of getting possession back on loose ball.
Yeah, I think the Army need to keep doing what they're doing though, because they're dragging the RAF players out of position, and the chances are coming. It's just that final ball or that final touch that, unfortunately for them, isn't working at the moment. But if they keep doing what they're doing, I'm sure they'll get chances.
So RAF ball there on the far touchline. It's a nice throw in, but it falls at Army feet. RAF feet, sorry.
I think the referee likes to let play on. There's been a few challenges where 50-50 could have been a free kick, and he's just waved it on. So it's nice to see. I like a ref that lets the play flow, because then it's not stop-start. You get a bit of momentum into the game as well, which is good.
Ashley Cunningham on Facebook says, "Come on, ladies, plenty of time in the game. Heads down and didn't stop fighting." I'm not sure whether Ashley is blue or red.
So Ash was manager of the Army team last year. Good friend of mine. Hope you're well, Ash. But yeah, he's right. He's right in what he's saying. They need to keep their heads up and keep going. And you never know, if they get the next goal, then the game's back on.
Smalesy says, "Great work from the RAF for making the chances count. Not a shock to see how Poland is watching rather than doing any work from someone currently grafting hard in Iraq. As ever, thanks to BFBS." Thank you very much, Smalesy. I love it. Get a dig in on
Yeah.
YouTube. I love it.
Yeah, brilliant bit of banter. We like that. Keep that coming.
So goal kick for Jamie Lee Bamford.
And the Army making a sub, so number 15 looks like it's Izzy Crooks, I think. We haven't got confirmed numbers here, but I think it's Izzy Crooks that have just come on. And number 6, India Totti, I think, has just come off. I've just got the nod from one of the Army coaches to the right-hand side, so I'm glad I've got that one right. I was surprised that Izzy wasn't starting, to be honest. She played very well against us, so interesting to see that she didn't start.
We can come and you can come fill in the rest of these numbers.
Yeah, I'll get him to pop over in a second.
It's the bane of my life, Glenn Long, shirt numbers and names.
Yep, no, totally get you.
And also, you've got a situation where, you know, they haven't got names on the back, so they can be interchangeable.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and then you get given a team sheet which has got the wrong numbers on as well. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna get my my point across on live on BFBS Forces News YouTube.
Oh, the Army, Jamie Lee Bamford's giving it back to. I'm not sure.
That was very high from the Army, but still putting pressure on just as we reach the halfway point.
That's what I mean, though. If you're in that right position, you will get given chances the way they're playing. So they just need to keep doing what they're doing. And I think that was Tara Parker.
Yeah.
Right
idea, just slightly high.
Yeah.
Another confirmation it is indeed Izzy Crooks. Zara Wakefield says, yes, Izzy Crooks, let's go Army. So.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, good tackle that.
Lovely tackle. Oh dear.
I mean, she did dive in, but for me, I think she got the ball. Again, I'd like to see a replay of that if we can at some stage.
She was definitely going for the ball. But it's possibly just the way the RAF fell.
I mean, Anna Birtwistle is having a conversation with the referee there, trying to get a point across that she got the ball. It was an interesting one because the Army were in then and probably had a good chance of scoring if that was play on.
So that is...
I think it's Abby Hayes.
Yeah, Abby Hayes. So she's up and about, so that's good to see. Yeah, we'll back with Bamford and...
well, half the players were having chats with their coaches from both sides there when they played on, so interesting.
Let's not relax yet, ladies.
Yeah.
So Army throw in here on their right wing, and that will be taken by Lauren Druitt. And she's pushed back to the defence, but well defended by the RAF. But yeah, just a matter of minutes to half time, and just a reminder that the RAF are 2 goals up here in the final game of inter-services. Eden Marsh not contesting for a free kick there. There's a lot of bodies on the ground, but who will come away with the ball? The Army at the moment.
Yeah, Courtney Jones has got the ball, but then it's the RF have got it back again.
Lovely into Farrow. Farrow will still go for it, but Gare
looked a little bit offside there, but the liner didn't put his flag up, so the chance was there. I think the referee's given a free kick maybe to the Army.
Yes, looks like it. And yeah, I don't think this is a serious injury, but just grabbing her ankle. Yeah, it's very much 50-50 when they're in those crunch points just in front of goal.
Yeah, I think the games, like all of the inter-service games at times, they've all been very 50-50, and it's just about, like you say, finishing those chances that you do get, which the RAF have done twice today. Yeah, but this game's far from over, I think. I think the Army will come out, keep their heads up and with a plan, and then we'll see what happens. If they get the next goal, then who knows? Yeah, so Pitt Wilson's just taken down Georgia Allen there. And a free kick to the Army, just inside their own half.
The Army then will need to come out fighting in the second half if things remain as they are now. Eden Marsh on the right wing plays into middle, but yes, they're very, very, very smooth through the middle. The ladies in light blue. So Army throw in and edging ever closer to that 45-minute mark. Lauren Druitt and using her defence again, passing back to Amber Marsh and back to Gare in goal, who's had a lovely couple of strikes out to the halfway line. And the light blues have stopped an Army drive. Eden Marsh taking control.
Shouts for handball, but I don't think it was. It would have been very harsh.
And yeah, that falls to Shauna Jenkins.
Good pressure on Jamie Lee Bamford, who plays it out. And it's an Army throw deep inside the RAF's half. A nice little ball into... Oh, well done, Jamie Lee Bamford. Read it well and picks the ball up. Just a couple of minutes left now and then it'll be half time. I think the RAF are just trying to keep the ball until half time.
Yeah, just play a bit of possession. But yeah, I say the last 10-15 minutes after that second goal for the RAF, it has quietened down a bit.
Yeah, definitely. I think, like I said, it's been a very 50-50 game, but I think the Army have had those chances, and it's just about for them putting their chances away like the RAF have done.
So RAF ball here. Again, just below us. And that is half time. So it is 2-0 to the RAF. This counts as their home game. So 2-0. Goals from Kat Beaver, and that was a penalty, which we'll talk about in a second. And then from Lucy Farrow in a bit of a scrap in front of goal with Nicole Gare from the Army. Glenn, just quickly, what's your sort of half-time summation?
Yeah, so I think, like I said, I think it's been a 50-50 game. I think from the RAF, the manager would be like, well done, we're 2-0 up. We go back out and act as if it's 0-0, keep playing the way we're playing, and we'll get more chances. And I think the Army will probably look at it and go, look, we're creating these chances, we need to keep doing what we're doing. However, when we get the chances, can we finish them and get back into the game? If we get the next goal, then they're back in it. So, yeah, it's going to be I still think there's more goals in this. I think it's going to be both teams going for it. I think maybe the Army will probably go a little bit more for it now because they need to get the first goal. And yeah, I think it's going to be an exciting watch the second half.
So this is the penalty here, and Eden Marsh there appealing for it, and yeah, it's caused a bit of contention on here, and Kat Beaver's.
Yeah, I don't think that's a penalty for me. In my opinion, that's not a penalty. I mean, she's sort of going down already. Before I'll just have another. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think she sort of was already falling over before she's sort of contacted with the Army. So for me, it's not a penalty, or it's very, very soft. And if I was the opposing manager, I wouldn't be happy with it. But at the end of the day, the referee's given it, and you've got to crack on and go again and accept that decision, unfortunately.
And yeah, we've just seen Lucy Farrow's second goal for the RAF. As we come to a break for half-time, we're going to take a little breather here as well. And it is going to be, well, you'll be able to see the Army and Navy men's football highlights whilst you and I take a bit of a breather, Glenn. And we'll join you back here in a few minutes for second half.
I've got Keith Emerson with me on co-coms. We will get to you as quick as we can. The players have been out very early, and I think we are expecting national anthems. So we'll get the national anthems out of the way, and then we'll have a look at the two teams who will hopefully put on a bit of a thriller for us tonight. In fact, VIPs are going across. I have the VIP's name. Ash Wright is from the Rycor sponsor for the Army F8. We've got Captain John Gordon from the Royal Navy and Colonel Tony Frank from the Army. So now is probably a good idea to get through the two teams. We'll get through them now, starting with the Army. One change from the draw against the RAF in Shrewsbury, and it's in midfield. Sean Thompson drops out, Liam Silver comes in. We're told it's tactical, nothing to do with injuries, but a fresh pair of legs in midfield, and Liam Silver gets the opportunity. But this is the team that they think will defeat the Navy tonight. Moving quickly on to the Royal Navy then. No changes. And why would you change it after the performance they put in against the RAF at Fratton Park last week? A pretty imperious performance, and it is no changes. So you'll be looking at the likes of Sanchez, Jans Baker, Manny Roche, Jake Walker, amongst others, to cause a problem. Time then, I believe, for the national anthem. Ball's just bouncing around between both teams. Neither one really taking care until now, with Manny Roche, who's got to go for goal from some range.
Oh, great strike.
I think he just saw Luke Carey take a step forward and thought, why not? I might just catch him out, and it was close to the opener.
Yeah, I mean, Luke could probably say that he had that covered, but it did look like he was scrambling for a second there.
I'm sure Luke would say he had it covered. Inside, past one challenge, Ryan Fagan. And he gets the ball in two, and it's just bounced around anywhere. And it was Jack Wright who took control, and that's what Ryan Fagan can give you, just a little bit of confusion in the Navy defence. Army corner then, left-footed, in swinging. And it's gone in! Right from the corner. I'm not quite sure what happened to Loz McCormick in the Navy goal, but it's gone all the way in. And it's Clay Bryant who's going to be celebrating the Army's opener.
Chance for Navy to break. Big throw out this time. I think it's probably the wrong option, but
Kenyon gets out a second attempt, and well, the Army keep hold of it despite bashing into each other and spread it wide for Fagan, and he's one-on-one here with Solthorpe. And Fagan inside onto the left foot will go for goal, and that is inches from 2-0 to the Army.
Played very well on Sunday against the England Deaf International team, which was our last game of the season, which was great experience for all people involved.
Vincent flicks it on. Jans Baker does the same. All eyes on the referee as the half-time whistle blows then, and that's not what the reigning champions were looking for in that first 45 minutes. The Army certainly was. They've grabbed the goal out of probably a little bit of a fortunate circumstance, but they all go in, they all matter. And since then, the Army have looked confident. We are in for quite an interesting second half, Keith.
Yeah.
There's a large gap at that near post, I will say. Woolley. Oh, it's brilliant from Sean Woolley. It's a brilliant goal from the number 11, and the Army have an all-important second goal.
And like we said the first time, Sean is very dangerous in them areas. He's kind of went straight down Loz's side. I think Loz has gambled and took a step early, thinking he was going to go over the top of the wall, and it's a great free kick from Sean Woolley.
And if Sean was on comms right now, I'm pretty sure he'd say, it's a goal, Keith, because he has bent it into the top corner. I thought he might have gone near post. There was a big gap there, but he's gone McCormick's side and completely caught out the keeper again. And a super goal, a goal worthy of winning any championship from Sean Woolley there. And it's put the Army in such a strong position with 25 minutes to go.
It's a good touch from Ryan Fagan there to keep the ball in play.
I wonder if the Army are also benefiting right now from the 2-week break between games, because they look fit and fresh.
Yeah, they do, and I think they would have been disappointed with the way they played.
Creamer got there, by the way. And that's got to be 3-0 to the Army. And Jack Wright has, well, looked at Lawrence McCormick, and the two of them have come together, and Dom Creamer says, I'll nick in there, thank you. And that should be the championship for the Army.
That's great position from Dom Creamer there to nip in front, but I know from too experienced a goalkeeper and someone like Jack Wright, they'd be extremely disappointed that they've allowed that to happen. But well done to Dom Creamer. He's got in between them. Great finish, which really puts the pressure on now, and the Army are in a really great position now to hold this.
Against a well-drilled Army team who had a one-game plan, and it's paid off. The Army are inter-services champions in 2025, and well-deserved on a brilliant night in Uxbridge for the men in red. Al Brown and his team have to take a lot of the plaudits here, because, as I say, that was a tactic that they've clearly worked on for this Navy team, and it's paid off brilliantly. After years and years of it being all about the blue, Royal Navy blue, light blue, for the first time in some years, we can say, in terms of the Inter-Services Championship, as Deck Shuttleworth gets his hands on the trophy, it is time to paint it red. Congratulations to the Army then, Inter-Services champions for 2025, and they will enjoy this. It's been a long time coming for supporters of the Army. They've had to deal with some disappointing times, but 2025 is their year.
Well, joined by a very happy Army skipper, Greg Stevenson. How was that? How do you sum up your emotions at the end of that?
Well, what a feeling. I've been doing this for 16 years now. I've been part of some successful squads, but it's my first as a skipper. And that group there have just given absolutely everything in a game. I think a fair few people have written us off in. Come away with a clean sheet, 3 goals. Just on top of the world. Proudest moment of my career, without a doubt.
You mentioned, what some of the critics might have been thinking beforehand, before the match, and after that draw with the RAF. What were you thinking last week when you saw the Navy's 3-0 victory? What were the points you took away from that in order to come out and win tonight?
We knew we weren't good enough against the RAF, so we almost could write off large parts of that game. The Navy didn't have the benefit of seeing us play because we didn't really play how we were supposed to. We got to watch it, we got together and watched it, identified areas we wanted to target, and we've executed it perfectly. We've defended really well against that long ball. They've got 3 big lads at the back, and I think we've dominated for large parts of it as well, which is really good.
Going in at the interval, 1-0 up, I think there was a bit of debate over that Clay Bryant goal. I think some said he got it in. What was your take on that one?
It's a missed kick. I'm sure he'll thank me for saying that. But he did put the next one there, so it might have been on purpose. Not what we practiced on set pieces, but absolutely take it in an inter-services match to go 1-0 up in a winner-takes-all game. You'll take anything. So yeah, really good.
And a word on the other team members as well.
Honestly, to a man. Some of them I've never played with before. Some of them I've played with for a long time, and we've just had weeks and weeks of enjoyment together, hard work together, and that's the result. And we deserve it, and we're going to go and celebrate. So
we'll go off and celebrate. Well done once again.
All goaltender die.
New to this year's final exercise is a drone attack, where the engineers must take cover.
After 54 years of service, this iconic helicopter is retiring, but not before one last farewell flight.
The Ridgeback is a 4-wheel twin-axle armoured vehicle. We can take 1 casualty on the stretcher.
CMRE to NATO is what Q Branch is to James Bond, and some of it is super top secret. But other bits we can tell you about.
Trainees in the test bay must strip down and rebuild an engine to prove they know it inside out.
One of the major plus points of these vessels is that they keep Royal Navy sailors safer.
While the soldiers are able to move around this battle space independently, the safety staff in the yellow helmets who are keeping an eye on everything are there in touch with each other via radio.
We produce these butt cars and turbines, and we'll be making them available for Sikhs across the UK.
The good thing is as well, on top of this, you can put your helmet on as well.
Make sure you watch the Inter-Services Rugby Championship on the BFBS Forces News YouTube channel.
Well, welcome back to Lincoln City Football Club on a lovely, beautiful April afternoon for the final fixture of Inter-Services Women's Football. It is the RAF up against the Army, and it's a winner takes all. And at the moment, that looks like to be light blue. It is 2-0 to the RAF ladies, and of course they are Inter-Services reigning champions way back until 2019. Bearing in mind we had 2 years of COVID when Inter-Services football wasn't played. The Army are out there and have been out there for quite a few minutes already, sort of collating their thoughts. And Glenn, you know, you had a few suggestions about what would be said at half-time, and they're clearly playing the team game here and, you know, getting themselves G'd up for the second half.
Yeah, I think, like I said, I think Craig's probably had a word with the Army girls and sent them out nice and early, ready to go. And it looks like they're all huddled up, just broken up now and ready to go as the RAF stroll out onto the pitch.
Stroll. You haven't won yet, ladies. So Eilish says, great to hear Glenn Long on commentary.
Oh, cheers, Eilish.
And Brad Elwood says, get Katie on. And Tommy Razzle says, comedy at its finest. I'm not sure whether they're talking about us or the football.
Well,
probably us.
Yeah, I would say it'd probably be us.
So I don't know what we've done that's particularly funny, but thank you very much wherever you are watching in the world, and do let us know, especially if you're family and friends, who you're cheering for, and we'll try and give you guys a shout out. It is a lovely afternoon, and Glenn, you're only, you know, this is a home from home for you. You're only 20 minutes away. I'm not going to give anyone your address, but you played in your early days, played at the Lincoln City Academy.
Yeah, so this is going back a long time now. I'm now in vets football.
Yeah.
So yeah, not quite that long, but yeah, when I was 17, 18, I was in the Lincoln City Academy. So this place is quite common
familiar,
for me. Yeah,
yes.
familiar for myself. So yeah, it's nice to be back here, and hopefully we'll be back again next year. Hopefully I'll be in the dugout.
Absolutely, and of course the Navy have. You've had a good tenure so far, Glenn. I know it's disappointing for not to be in the fight this year, but I'm sure you'll come back stronger as we kick off the second half here with RAF in possession. Of course, they're now going left to right. I can't spot any immediate changes, but we've
not seen anything.
We've not been superbly familiar of the numbers to start with, but we have had a helping hand from one of the Army coaches who's filled in some of the gaps for us. Army then looking to build from the back, and yes, they need to overcome this 2-goal deficit. Of course,
if got to be a foul, ref.
Yeah, he called it before the ref got his whistle out. But yes, the Army, if they drew this match, would win on goal difference. But the RAF currently 2 in the lead, and like you said earlier, Glenn, it's not been a particularly high-scoring Inter-Services, so 2-0, you know, we'd expect would be about, you know, average.
Yeah, I mean,
par.
like you say, I think it's a fight this year. I think every team or any team could win any match, which is why the scores are so close. But yeah, it's about finishing them chances, and at the moment that's what the RAF have done in this game today.
Jamie Lee Bamford for the RAF now without cap because she's at the shaded end of the ground. There's only a couple of metres that are in the shade. The rest is in resplendent sunshine. It is a beautiful afternoon here in Lincoln. As the RAF look to push. And with that 2-goal cushion, Glenn, I mean, they're certainly not going to be complacent because they're not a team to do that. But it is a nice cushion to have, and they can play a bit more expansively, I imagine.
Yeah, I think they're a possession-based side, so they like to keep the ball, and I think they'll try and play it around the back, and it's for the Army to disrupt that and to stop them playing out and try and nick it, which they did a couple of times in the first half, but just unfortunately for them didn't find the back of the net.
Megan Herbert's been very present for the Light Blues. She's had a really good game so far.
Yeah, I think she's just been breaking up anything that the Army are doing going forward, and obviously that block in the first half, which stopped a certain goal for the Army.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think she's been in there and everywhere at the moment.
Would you have called this goal, this scoreline pre-game? Do you think? I know it's great with hindsight now, but would you have scored, especially by half-time being 2 up?
I think I knew it was going to be a close game. Obviously, we've played both teams, and they're both different to each other. I didn't think it'd be 2-0. I thought it maybe
Eden
1.
Walsh to Farrow. Oh, it hits the post.
Off the post.
And that goes.
Just over as well.
2 great attempts from the RAF there.
Yeah, Lucy Farrow hitting the post and inside of the post, and somehow it didn't go in. And then it was Harriet Wellings with a little dink effort, which just went over the crossbar.
And Eden Marsh ever present up there at front as well. But yes, it was hard to call before the game, but RAF have certainly put their mark on this game so far.
They're definitely a threat going forward. I mean, with that experience and know-how and the goals they've got in them going forward, they're always going to be a threat.
Yeah, I mean, that one came out of nowhere,
Yeah, definitely. I think they were just in the right position, ready to receive, and then when they got it, they almost made the most of it.
Yeah.
Which is what they've tended to do in this game so far.
The Army then with
that's nice football.
Yeah, some great foot. I've jinxed them as well. Some great foot skills, and then they lose the ball.
Referee's played on again.
Yeah, great strength there from the Light Blues.
And that was Georgia Carr. Yeah, 10's definitely Georgia Carr, yeah. That's nice little bit of play from the Army.
Yeah, I had 2 7s there, Harriet Wellings and Georgia Carr, but it's actually number 10 is Georgia Carr.
Yeah.
I'll get it right one day.
So this is where the RAF are really clever. They're 2-0 up. They don't need to force anything. Jamie Lee Bamford would just stand on the ball and wait for someone and then pick it up.
If I wasn't commentating, I'd call that something housery.
Yeah, the
really
RAF are
cruel.
good at that. Yeah, definitely.
But yes, it's.
Oh, it's a nice run from Shauna Jenkins.
Yeah, she doesn't seem to attract any defence.
Oh, what
Eden
a tackle
Marsh
again.
Brought down twice, but she gets back up. The Army have put in some fantastic tackles. I suppose they've needed to. That's the thing.
Yeah, I think that was Ashley Mills again. I think she's been fantastic today and stopped a lot of attacking down the RAF's right-hand side.
Shout out for Lauren Druitt here. She learned her football through the Chelsea Ladies Academy before joining the Army. Superstar right back. So a bit like you, tried the football route, Glenn, then went for the military.
Yeah, no, fair play to her. And again, she's looked. You can tell that she's played at a decent level. Again, it's good to have those girls joining the military, and
it's great, and it's happened in rugby a lot. They're almost recruiting from from the sort of Premiership sides and stuff like that. So it's really good to see, and it just brings the game up so much.
Yeah, definitely. The better players they are, the better players you play against, the better you are as a team as well, and you obviously have to up your standards and to meet that as well. So yeah, great to see.
And I know our RAF News colleague Dan Abrahams went to see Dan McNamara at Wolves Women yesterday.
Oh, good little bit of play there by Tara Parker. She's got in behind and won herself a corner.
So it's fantastic to have people like yourself, the Carl Millgates, the Maccas in this game, you know, really pushing it forward and pushing the girls to play a higher standard as well.
Yeah, I mean, we've got coaches that are involved at decent standards. Obviously, you've got Dan, who's with Wolves. You've got Carl, who's doing a bit with Tottenham and other teams as well. And then I'm currently with Plymouth Argyle's women's side, doing a bit of analysis and coaching for them. And I'm sure that the other coaches you see down below us are doing stuff Civvy side as well, which obviously all helps make the game.
So Birtwistle with the corner, but didn't quite have the legs.
Yeah, not the best of corners from Anna. I'm sure she'd be disappointed at that.
I think it's a good time as well to give a shout out to the RAF coach, Perks.
Yeah, I think this is her last year doing it, yeah. So,
you know, it'd be fitting for her if her girls, because she's been around for years and is such a stalwart of military football. You know, it'd be fitting for her if her ladies can get the win, but we are a long way from the end of this game yet.
Yeah, she's given a lot to military football in the women's and men's game, so fair play to her, and I wish her well in whatever she goes on to do next, which I'm sure she'll do great at.
Yeah, she's been involved with the senior team as a player, captain and manager since 2005. In that time, she's won multiple inter-service championships, county cup competitions, and personal honours. So leaving the RAF with one more title would be an excellent way to bow out after 20 years of service football. So, yeah, Michelle Perkins, manager of the RAF women's side. So nothing particularly sort of sticks out so far in the second half. It's been, I think, you know, you've got the RAF who are doing things like that, where they've got the benefit of having a 2-goal cushion and just, I mean, I wouldn't say they've taken the foot off the gas, Glenn, but they've got the ability to be able to, and the capacity now to be able to just play a bit of possession, which you said they like doing. The Army just need to really penetrate that and catch them off their guard.
Yeah, I think that's what you get when you have a good first half and you come in 1 or 2-0 up. You can sort of decide to do that. Oh, here we go.
Great strike. Oh, just a bit high.
I think that's where the Army need to get Georgia Allen in them little spaces, or Anna Birtwistle to create something. As you see there, she created a little bit of space for herself and a good shot. Just unfortunately not on target for the Army.
Georgia Allen, of course, who scored one of the 2 goals against the Royal Navy at Bracknell.
You have to keep reminding me of that, don't you,
Well,
Kath?
I've got these notes, you know, I painstakingly spent yesterday looking at all the highlights, Glenn, so, you know, you've got to be, I've got to be completely neutral in this, but maybe that'll spur you on, you know?
Yeah, we've gone away, we've reflected, we've got a few more meetings and we'll go again next season. It's been a difficult season for us with players coming in, going out, and not being available through deployments and injury. So, yeah.
I'll get in trouble for saying this, I know I will, but it does feel like the Navy are away for longer stints than the other 2 services, you know, people being deployed on ships and all the rest of it and away for months at a time. So it does seem that personnel-wise you have a slightly tougher job.
Yeah, I think what you're saying is true compared to the other 2 services. They meet a lot more regular. They get the players off a lot more. But that's service football, and some players are in, some players are out. We've given the opportunity to some new players this year that have come in and earned their inter-service cap. And yeah, they're definitely going to give me questions for when the other players do return. So it's good to see all round that we're bringing more players in. So it's definitely a positive on that note. Well, Anita Marsh
Eden
is
Marsh. Oh yeah, she
causing trouble again. Oh, well done, Nicole Gare. Really, really good goalkeeping there.
loses her hat in the process, but
Yeah.
she chucks that one away. Yeah, Eden Marsh just she just seems to be there whenever the ball falls.
Yeah, she's causing trouble down that right side for the Army. We've got a throw in down here on the near side for the Army. Looks like it's gone for another throw in right in the corner this time for the Army, so right in the corner.
Ryan McDowell says, come on ladies, plenty of time, stick to what you're doing and let's push on.
Yeah, he's right in what he's saying there. I mean, the Army have created, and even after half-time, they come in and had that opportunity down the left-hand side. So, yeah, they've just got to keep what they're doing, keep their heads up and keep going. Oh, here's an opportunity. Oh, that's a nice ball by Ashley Mills, yeah.
And they just won it back. It was a bit of a to and fro there, Kat Beaver having won it off of the Army, trying to clear her lines, and Ash Mills intercepted, but don't think she quite had her teammates around her.
No, yeah, it's a dangerous ball into a dangerous area. It's just unfortunate that no one else was on her wavelength there and reading that pass.
Amber Marsh then with the throw in for the Army. Yeah, trying to play it forward, but the RAF are just ever present. It's must be frustrating. Oh, wonderful.
Good battle, and then still pinging around. No one getting control of the ball at the moment, and
yeah, Army forced to come right back.
Oh, that's a nice ball by Courtney
That's
James.
a great ball. Oh, just not taken, unfortunately. And that will go back to Bamford. Good clearance.
Oh, there's a bit of pressure here. Tara Parker, she's in.
She's in. She's on goal.
Oh, good save.
Great from Bamford.
Still the chance.
Army still with possession. And,
oh, she's down.
Yeah. So is that Tara Parker who's down in there?
I think there was a little bit of a collision between her, the defender, and the goalkeeper, but Jamie Lee Bamford off a line really, really quick there to
and with
close
her
down
feet
the
as
angle.
well, to be fair, she did.
Yeah, really good save. Really good save.
So, yeah, they'll use this opportunity. RAF have a bit of a breather and come together after a little bit of a scare. Obviously, it would be nice to see Army score, but they're just being frustrated at the moment by constant blue in their face.
Yeah, like I say, the chances are coming. They've just got to, if they take one of these chances, it's going to make it an interesting last half an hour, 35 minutes. So plenty of time left in this tie yet. And remember, they just need the draw, don't they? So if it's 2-2, then they take the inter-services. So
we've had a shout out on YouTube saying, now that's a penalty. Doesn't matter that she got her shot off, but I would argue Bamford came in with her feet. She wasn't.
I'd like to see it again, but I didn't think it was a penalty looking at it straight off. But then I'm not a referee, and I didn't think the RAF's penalty was a penalty, so so I'm not a ref. But from my opinion, it didn't look like a penalty there for me on the first look.
So it's going to be a goal kick for the RAF, and no sign of anyone on the pitch thinking that was a penalty. So we, as play resumes, and I think Tara Parker, who was down, has actually gone off the pitch. So we'll look for a replacement.
It looks like she's running round, to be fair, so she might be coming back on.
Just going off for a check. So
yeah, she's back on now.
Right, okay. Tara Parker back on then.
Oh, no.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
As we were talking about Tara, it's a Another mistake, unfortunately, by Nicole Gare, and it has gone into the back of net for the RAF. She will be fuming with herself. In the end, that came off Georgia Carr. But
Yeah,
all
I mean,
was
Georgia Carr's done really well to close her down and not give her that time. But again, I know Nicole will be kicking herself with that.
I mean, Georgia, even if she, it was still a one-on-one, but it fell right at. Well, it was just a reflection. It was just a reaction from Georgia Carr. It wasn't even an attempt on goal, but that has put the RAF women 3-0 up, and really that is quite a climb for the Army to come back from.
Yeah, I mean, 3-0 down is a really, really tough deficit to come back from, but there's still plenty of time. So we'll see if the Army can come up with anything. It looks like they're making a change. Number 7, so Shannon Bradley's come off, and Katie Elwood has replaced her. So yeah, we'll see what the Army have now.
There was Brad Elwood said earlier, get Katie on, so your wish is our command. And the Army just need to keep fighting, but they have given away a couple of goals here.
Oh, great football.
Lovely.
Oh.
Lovely feed, but the RAF all over it, and Bamford there
Keeper's
just
well
in
out
case.
of the goal again.
Yep.
Number 3 again with a shot. That's a
Ooh,
great shot.
Oh, what a stunner!
What a goal! Ashley
What a stunner
Mills.
from the Army!
Wow.
Well, they deserve that, Oh, the composure to see that Bamford was off her lines and just to absolutely wang that in. I don't know if that's even a word, but wow.
Well, I mean, she had a tester in the first half with one from distance with Jamie Lee Bamford off the line, but that one, she has hit a stunner into the roof of the net from about 35, 40 yards. So great goal, and I think it's nothing less than what the Army have deserved going forward, if I'm totally honest.
Oh, Bamford at full stretch, and she was nowhere near it. It was not a great clearance from the RAF, and Ash Mills absolutely taking charge there. So 3-1. We were just saying that, is this too much of a hill for the Army to climb, and they went and scored. So they obviously can hear us.
Yeah, that'll probably give them a bit of confidence, and they'll go again, and then you never know now. Goals change games, as they say.
Goals win matches as well.
They do, yeah.
3-1 then to the RAF. But the Army will absolutely, their blood will be running full pace at the moment. And yeah, just seeing what they're capable of. But is it too little, too late?
I mean, just before that goal, the football played by the Army was brilliant, and then they were unlucky when it was taken out.
Well, do you know what? The pressure of that was put on the RAF, and so the clearance went wrong. Something that they're so normally pretty reliable at. And yeah, the Army now showing the pressure and what pressure can do.
And we got a dangerous free kick for the Army now. Anna Birtwistle stood over it, and she's usually got a really good delivery.
What can the Army do?
And that's
great coverage. Great coverage by the RAF.
Yeah.
They had a couple of players and Bamford in there.
The RAF are on the counter now.
Lovely ball to Farrow, but she's not going to get there. Ash Mills, the goal scorer, beat her to it.
Again, I think Ash Mills has had a really, really good
Very
game.
good game.
And that goal is probably deserved to her, 100%.
Well, you wouldn't even get that in training 9 times out of 10. It was absolutely perfect.
Yeah, she hit it really well. That's a nice play out.
And you know what? Bamford's had a great game. I know a couple of people might call her up for tackles out of her goal, but she's had a great game. And if she can't reach that, then no one can.
Yeah, it was a really good hit. I mean, she's probably put it the only place that the keeper's not going to stop it.
I just think the composure to turn. She literally just received the ball to turn and kick within seconds. It was just so smooth.
Yeah, it was like you say, one touch and to set herself, and then hit it, or struck the ball really well into the top left-hand corner, pretty much.
So Ash Mills gets the Army on the scoreboard. It is 3-1, and we are, well, a good 25 minutes away from full time. So plenty more football to enjoy here. Rosie McDonald says, big up the Navy Glenboy. Can we get a shout out for Rosie McD, Soph and Taylor, top Navy fans? Well, that's my shout out, but obviously very familiar to you, Glenn.
Yeah, cheers, Rosie. Nice to have a nice comment. And
what do you think of his commentary, girls? What do you think of his commentary? I think it's top notch.
Oh, don't ask him that.
Top notch. Well, they're listening, so.
Yeah.
The RAF then 3-1 up here, looking to get their 5th Inter-Services title in a row and give their manager, Michelle Perkins, the send-off she fully deserves. But the Army, well, you never know with the Army, do you? You never know in football, you never know in any sport. And there's plenty of time for them to come back. And actually, all the Army need is a draw. Plenty of love for Ash Mills on Facebook. Lisa Brown, Sharon Sadler, and Sharon Sadler said it twice. It's worth saying. 1 goal for the Army and 3 for the RAF.
We were talking about key players before the match, but then if you're talking about Navy key players, Rosie McDonald,
oh, yes.
I mean, the commitment she's shown to come back on her R&R to play Navy football. So, yeah, her and a lot of the other girls as well shown great commitment in Navy football.
Rosie's played to a pretty high standard as well herself.
Yeah, I think she's played in the Women's Championship as high as she's been. So, yeah, very, very gifted footballer. And it's a pleasure to have her involved with Navy football.
Lucy Farrell in a battle for the ball. So that'll be a goal kick for Nicole Gare. And the RAF again, ever present, and
yeah, it's the Army is still continuing to play out from the back, even though that they've come foul of a couple of the RAF goals because of that. But that must be the way that Craig wants them to play. So it's nice to see that they're sticking to what they want, what the manager wants them to do.
There is a crowd here at Lincoln City. Sadly, they are underneath us, so you won't see them on the cameras, but they're all in the stand.
Yeah, I mean, it's, like I said to you earlier, it's amazing that we can get to play at these these stadiums. It's just a shame, unfortunately, with the timing and the day of what it is, of how many fans we get in the ground today. Oh, there's a great strike here from Pip, trying to emulate what Ashley Mills did, but and
just
we
a bit
know
too much on that.
Yeah, we know she's got that in a locker because I've seen her do it before, unfortunately.
Was it Pip who scored that wonder goal a few years ago, I think?
Yeah, last season she scored from about 35 yards against us, and it was a great strike. Take nothing away from her. But yeah, we know she can do that, and that's why she was trying it again. She believes in herself.
Well, it's good to see the RAF are still playing forward with a 3-1 lead. They could sit back on their haunches, but it's just not in their nature.
Well, they know another goal will probably kill it off, definitely, and then the Army getting back into it. So here's some pressure on Nicole again, but lovely little outside of the footed pass to Ashley Mills. Oh, she's been caught on oh,
it's gone the Army's way.
They're probably owed one by the referee. let's say it like that, shall we?
Well, Ash Mills certainly making her presence known here at Lincoln City. Just 20 minutes remaining of this final Inter-Services football fixture of 2025. Will of course decide the Women's Championship. At the moment, that looks like it's going the way of the RAF.
Eda Marsh on the ball again. Nice little pass into Pip Wilson. who calmly keeps the ball and keeps
Yeah.
possession. It's good game management.
Players like Pip, who just seem to have so much time on the ball, even though they're key figures in.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like, you can tell the quality. That's because she's got a quality first touch. She finds them pockets of space and loses her marker. So yeah, just you can tell she's playing at a decent level of football in Civvy Street. Corner for the RAF then.
Yeah, last touch by the Army there. So
Abby Hayes. Yeah, Abby Hayes jogging over to or walking over slowly.
Yeah, she's
shall I
not
say.
jogging. She's not jogging anywhere. Not when you're 3-1 up.
Yeah.
We haven't seen the best of their corners, I don't think. They've not exactly been the scoring opportunities they normally are.
No, I don't think any of the corners have been that great from either sides in this game of football today.
Let's see what Abby can do. That's
Well,
got
that's
the
a nice
length.
ball.
Yeah, that's lovely.
Looks like
That's a tough one for the. Literally every arm went up there. But
yeah, the
goal
referee's
kick.
giving a goal kick. Yeah.
Nicole Gare having discarded that hat, but she is at the sunny end. The Army then 1-3 down here at Lincoln City.
Oh,
As
little
Gare
slip from
slips.
Nicole.
Bit of a shot to nowhere, unfortunately, for the Army. Means Bamford can play around with it in front of her goal. Katie Elwood, fresh legs, of course, so she's doing a lot of the running at the moment, trying to keep the RAF defence honest.
So the Army throw just inside the RAF half. I think it's about time that they probably start pushing on now, the Army, so I think they'll start pushing more players forward.
Boat whistle forward. Oh, lovely. What a great ball, but Casey Elwood acknowledges that she wasn't quite on that.
Yeah, it was a great idea from Anna, and if it was taken under control, she's in one-on-one then, so.
Yeah, fantastic vision. So the ball comes back to the Inter-Services champions, reigning Inter-Services champions, I should say. They haven't won it yet. And they're just playing around.
Just a bit of a shout out for Rachel Howes. Get my cousin Rachel Howes in or
Yes.
on. Come on the RAF from Amelia Hewitt. Yeah, I've seen Rachel down there actually. It's good to see her back playing football. It was nice to have a good catch up with her as well.
Yeah, she had to take some time out. Was it last year, a couple of years ago?
Yeah, she's had a little bit of time out, but she said she's feeling strong.
Great.
And it's good to see. I just want another plug for her charity work that she's been doing. It's amazing to see, and amazing to see everyone getting behind her, not only in her own service but in all three services.
Yeah, I mean, we have to remember that you get to UCAF representative level, and these girls are are best mates when they're not playing against each other. So all support each other in all areas of areas of the world.
Georgia Carr's in down the right. A nice little ball
Lovely
into
ball into
Lucy
Farrow.
Farrow to Eden Marsh. And back to Farrow. Oh, great tackle there, Amber Marsh. But it's been won back by Georgia Carr. And then a bit of a scuffle, I think. Anna Birtwhistle. No, Georgia
Against
Carr's
Pip.
got it now, yeah. They're all. It's a big battle. And the ref's giving a free kick. I thought he was going to. A little bit of a
Bit
late
slow on
challenge.
that one,
Yeah,
yes.
I think he was waiting to see if the RAF had any advantage, but they were going backwards, so it's probably the right call.
If the Ash Mills fan club continues on Facebook, thanks guys for all your comments. And Kempy says, top comms, Glenn Ladd.
Cheers, Kempy. Not as good as you, mate.
Yeah, it's always great to have the likes of yourself and Kempy and anyone else who's done commentary for us across all different sports because some of us just don't have the knowledge. I've got the words. Sometimes I don't even have the words. But yeah, RAF. RAF ball. Abby Hayes feeds it in. Oh, Beaver right in front of goal. Oh, what a goal. What a goal from Beaver. And, well, do you know what? If that's the RAF sort of last goal of the competition, then how fitting that it comes from their captain in such a sublime fashion, Glenn.
Yeah, I mean, so composed. The chance came and she had a lot of time, but she took that time and placed it into the far corner, gave the keeper no chance. It's a nice little flick, and then she's through.
Yeah,
Fell nicely.
It fell very nicely for her, and bounced up nicely. But it still takes a lot of composure to find the corner, and Cat Beaver did that. So 4-1 to the RAF, and really I can't see a way back for the Army now. Beaver, of course, scored the penalty in the first half, but it must be so nice to get like an infield goal, not just a penalty, but one that's come from open play as well.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, she'll take any goal that she can get, I'm sure, and I'm sure the RAF would. I mean, after that goal went in, the Army, I looked at the Army players and they did look a little bit deflated, so hopefully they can get themselves up, keep going. But obviously they're going to have to act very quickly to get back in this game. Like I said, I think that last goal there has probably killed the tie off a little bit.
Yeah, 4-1, and we spoke earlier about the last couple of years. It's been quite low scoring in this women's competition, but the RAF now sort of, I wouldn't say running away with it, but yeah, 4-1 is a...
I think, like you say, it's a winner takes all, and the Army had to really push players forward, which I think they have done, and then they've just been caught, like you say, playing out from the back. They've been caught twice, and then they've just been caught there. Couple of individual errors, which sometimes unfortunately happens in service football.
And despite the goal by Ash Mills, which was exceptional, brilliant, and all of the above, but I think the Army heads have gone down a bit now, and they themselves will struggle to see a way back. But still 12 minutes to play. Stranger things have happened. What are you shaking your head, Glenn? Is someone giving you grief?
No, just laughing at a comment on socials, but I won't repeat.
Yes, we don't read out all the comments. Yeah, definitely, and it's a bit of fatigue probably setting in potentially on both sides here. It's a hot day out there, and most of these girls have been out there for a full whack. Pitt Wilson then to Farrow, back to Wilson. But the Army keep it in play.
Oh, that should be a foul, ref.
Yeah, he's called that. Ash Mills taken down.
This is another thing that the RAF do as well, very well, game management. Nothing happening down there, make a free kick, wastes a bit of time, runs that clock down. Really good game management. From the RAF.
I mean, it's quite a feat, isn't it, for the RAF to have reigned supreme. And I know that actually the same happened. I think the RAF men had a 7-year stint of, I say dominance, but definitely at inter-services level. So it does happen at this level, and really it's up to your team and the Army to bring their level up. But a lot of these RAF players potentially will only have a couple more seasons left in them, maybe.
Yeah, I mean it's service football as well. Like you say, the RAF players have been together for a while. A lot of them are, or a few of them are aging, let's say, and potentially leaving the forces. So who knows what will happen coming up over the next few years. There's players coming in from all three services, making a difference. And it's nice to see Chrissy Wright's just been brought on for the Army, number 18. I'm not sure who went off. Didn't quite catch it.
Okay, so Chrissy Wright, yes. One of those names that, what do you say, Nat Bavister, Cat Beaver and Chrissy Wright, sort of across the board, the stalwarts of...
Yeah, I think they're the longest serving players from each service, I would have said. all been involved in UCAF over the years. Great servants to service football.
So just to say, at the culmination of this game, there will of course be a presentation, because this is the end and final game of the Inter-Services Women's competition. So Glenn and I will stay with you on commentary to get you through the presentation, and hopefully we'll also hear from the winning captain.
It looks like Rachel Howells, the call has come, and she's coming on.
Fantastic.
As well as Molly Lambert as well.
Yep, both coming on.
I think Ash Howley-Scott and is that Pip Wilson coming off as well? Yeah.
Yeah.
She's just been booked as well, so maybe a precautionary and giving Molly a good run out.
Do they carry into next season, those bookings?
I don't think so.
No.
I think they have to.
Just precautionary.
Yeah, I think they have to pay a fine. If it's a yellow or red, they have to pay a certain fine, but that's it, just to the FA, and just doesn't carry on. It will carry on to Civvy football potentially.
Okay. Yeah, so as we're saying, we will stay with you at the climax of this match. Comes ever closer, and we'll stay here for the presentation, and also we'll hope to hear from the winning captain as well. We'll send Simon Hunter down pitch side.
Rachel Howells just doing some good defending there against Tara Parker. Oh, that could be.
No, he hasn't called it at all. Might have been more of a trip. The RAF then only 7 minutes away from full time and winning their 5th Inter-Services title in a row.
There's a chance here she can get it across.
The Army. Yeah, the Army. RAF just seem to have numbers every time there's an Army threat.
They're a very fit side, and they get back behind the ball when. Oh, lovely from Anna Birtwistle. Can she find a red shirt? Yes, she can, Chrissy. Oh, great football from the Army to Imogen Fisher. Oh, what a header that is.
Body on line. She's been taken down. Is she okay?
I think that's Shauna Jenkins.
Yeah, she's...
they're signalling to the bench that she's all right, so...
Yeah, she's got back up. I think she
proper threw herself there, threw herself at the ball there.
I mean,
great
we
defending.
say body online, and then literally someone does that and proves us right.
But I tell you what, that was really, really great football from the Army to get the ball from one side around the box and then back out the other, and probably was stopped again by another goal-saving block.
Yeah,
I think.
Absolutely. Bamford will count her well. Thank her defence. For being that second line of defence. So an Army corner.
In swinger to Imogen Fisher.
Oh, Birtwistle's at her feet. She can't quite get it away.
It's given a penalty.
Penalty to the Army. Well, I said they couldn't come back, but...
You never know.
You never know.
In Inter-Services football, you never know.
Birtwistle had 4 defence on her there, and the RAF thought they cleared it, but... there'll be a test for Jamie Lee Bamford. I think, is Birtwistle going to take it? That would make sense. She's already scored a penalty in this competition.
So last one, she went right down the middle, so let's see what she's going to do this time.
Yeah, Glenn has nightmares about it. Birtwistle then for the Army.
Yeah,
smooth,
lovely.
Very smooth. Bamford did not really move at all.
Tucked in the corner.
So
and Rachel Howells doing a bit of that word that you're not allowed to pronounce on there.
Something Housery.
Yeah, that's the one. Taking hold of the ball, and the Army have picked it up and running back to the centre circle.
4-2 then to the RAF. It's a long way back for the Army, but they are still showing a lot of spirit. Birtwistle very, very cool headed there. But we've got an injury, and I think has Birtwistle gone down again?
Oh. I think she got banged to the head, so they're probably just having a look at that. Just looking at the YouTube, T, as Anthea Capitan has said from experience, cards don't carry on to civvy football, so thank you for that knowledge, T. You know better than most, mate.
I would defer to T for most things in most sports, it has to be said. So Anna's going to come off. Having just scored a penalty for the ladies in red.
think she's just waiting
she
to come
just
back
needs
on.
the energy
Yeah.
gel, yes.
Looks like she got a knock to the head or something. Maybe it was in that challenge where she got a knock to the head.
She's been given an energy gel just to sort of get her back. Yeah, she said we can see now when she scored the penalty, but just before, it's obviously she had the four RAF defence on her. And,
yeah, it's a lovely penalty right in the corner, in the side netting. It can't be stopped.
The RAF then, they won't be panicking, but they don't want to go out from a 4-1 lead to anything smaller than that.
4 minutes plus added time. If the Army got a goal now, it'd make it very, very interesting going into the final few minutes.
I don't know if I can deal with any more last minute, drama. We had a bit of that at the rugby on Wednesday.
Oh, Sean has read that really well and played it back to Jamie Bamford. He's played it straight out of play, so the Army pressure's
working.
Working, yeah.
Beaver.
So that's a corner ball to the Army.
And it was the corner that they got a pen from last time, so let's see.
They're really pushing on now, the Army, and I think the RAF have started to not panic, let's say, but they're starting to sit back. Yeah,
yes.
Definitely unsettled, yeah.
Definitely unsettled. Having looked settled for at least 80 minutes, they don't want to see this lead go. They know what's on the line. And that a draw for the Army would be good enough.
That's another long corner.
Very long corner. Too long, in fact.
To be fair, the other corners have probably not been long enough, and that was a little bit too long.
Bit of chat from the stands now that it gets into this final. Well, we're into the final couple of minutes, Glenn. Of course, we've got added time at the end, but it's funny how a crowd can be quite quiet for 88 minutes and then
a
bit of excitement on the pitch. Fed back to Gare, and she needs to be careful. Of course, Georgia Carr hunting her down there. Farrow doing the job for the RAF. Oh, Eden Marsh.
Yeah, that'll be a foul.
Yes. Free kick to the ladies in blue, and be interesting to see whether they go full on attack or whether they fall back to the possession.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they're sending a lot of people forward. Got a couple. But it looks like Cat Beaver's sitting
Sitting back.
Yeah. Now they're just trying to keep the ball.
Sensible, I think.
Offside here, I think. Yeah, linesman's giving it.
So Gare will come up the corner of her box. (4-2) then, the RAF lead.
Yeah, I think there should be a little bit of added on time because there's been a fair amount of subs, and then you had that a couple of stoppages for injuries as well.
And here's another one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it must be hot out there.
Yeah, it's
some tired bodies.
Yeah, I think they're saying it's 17, 18 at a minimum today. So yeah, nice to have some nice weather in Lincoln. Referee signalled, I think, six minutes.
Yeah, that looks like 6. You're right. 6 added minutes then here at Lincoln, and yes, the linesman has confirmed that. So, still a good chunk of time for the Army to eat away at that 4-2 lead that the RAF have.
Oh, there we go. There's a chance. Chrissy Wright's on it. Great
right,
strike.
Whistle,
goal!
And it's in!
Wow.
Just as I said, it is 4-3.
Game on.
Oh, I don't like these last-minute dramas. It's so nerve-wracking. Wow.
To be fair, that's what Chrissy Wright does. You give her a chance and she'll find the bottom corner for you. So
it is 4-3,
wow.
and we've got a good 6-minute chunk, 5 minutes now of extra time, which is more than enough time. And just as a reminder, if the Army draw, they win the inter-services, because on goal difference, they beat the Navy by 2 and the RAF only by 1. But we're not there yet. But the RAF are clearly rattled, Glenn. The first time we've seen them rattled, I think, in this game.
Yeah.
And, you know, what's Kat Beaver saying now? Probably quite a lot to her team.
Yeah, she's probably telling them to up the tempo and also stay calm as well. So, a chance. Oh, well done, Nicole Gale. Well out.
Yeah. Yeah, because actually the possession hasn't worked for them. You know, the Army have scored again. They need to maybe...
I think they need to up it a gear. I think they sort of took their foot off the pedal the last 5-10 minutes, thinking that it was game done, and then the Army have come back into it, and the pressure's been on the RAF for the last maybe 10-15 minutes, I would say, pretty much since they scored the 4th goal, the RAF.
Yes, perhaps it's so easy to say, but you know you don't want to get complacent at that point. But when you're 4-1 ahead, even 4-2 ahead, but now they really need. For anyone supporting the light blues, they really need to, well, concentrate, really.
That's
Cannot let this one slip through their fingers.
Nice bit of composure there. Near the Army are driving forward down the right-hand side, left-hand side, even.
Nat Bavister's watching. Great finish to this. Fair play, Army. You're absolutely right, Nat. It is very exciting. And
hi, Nat. Hope you're well, mate.
Ash Mills then just below us here. The throw in for the Army. And they are on the up momentum.
Yeah, just over 3 minutes to go.
Carr then to Beaver, calming things down for her team. Carr again, but
well
lovely take.
Well in. Oh, put it in a dangerous area from Courtney. Rachel Howells.
They need to clear that, the RAF.
Yeah, it's well defended, but Ashley, sorry, Abby Hayes. It'd be an RAF throw right in their own corner, defensive corner.
So 3 minutes remaining of extra time.
Looks like the RAF are making a sub. I think it's Naomi Hoey.
Yeah, so
I think that's how you pronounce it.
I think Eden Marsh's coming off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Neve Hoey. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, fresh legs at this point, and
I think Eden Marsh has had a really good game, to be honest.
she really has. She's made such an improvement from last year. It's great to see her on the ball so much.
Oh, an Army of... Oh, it's a bit scrappy now.
We've
Ref's
seen
not
this
giving
before.
it. Yeah.
But the RAF have come away with it.
Nice
Lovely
touch by Georgia
from
Carr. And she's
Great
played in Lucy
control.
Farrow.
And Farrow keeps it and Carr receives it.
Yeah, they've calmed it down again now. Good
Yeah.
talking. You could tell from Beeves there. She was chatting to him. Calm it down. Keep the ball. And as I say that, she's giving it away. Commentator's curse.
We've done that 3 or 4 times now. I'm worried.
Yeah.
Farrow, though.
That's a foul.
Yes, she definitely did not go for ball there.
Gives the opportunity the last minute and a half for the Army to get players forward and put the ball in the box. But like I said, also, every game this year has been close, and it's proven, even though there's more goals in this game. But
well, a pleasure for us to have 7 to commentate on, isn't it? So far.
Been an exciting game.
Absolutely. And deserving of this winner-takes-all final game.
Yeah, well done.
Great composure from Bamford.
And she'll take her time to get up and distribute this ball.
Yeah, the RAF are not in a hurry to do anything.
Probably last 50 seconds or so.
It's not the greatest clear.
It out. Yes. So the pressure's back on. They've got to be quick, though.
Nearly hit our cameraman Chris Giles, waiting pitch side for any celebrations.
I was expecting Chris to have a nice touch then, but sort
well,
of bounced over his head.
He does coach football, so he knows his stuff. Lewis is just a really fast cameraman. I'm not sure what his football skills like. Shout out to Lewis, of course, on camera 1, and our engineer for today, Scott Richmond, who I think has done more lives than the whole sport team put together.
Just a comment from Maria Wood on the YouTube. That's what they'll miss, 26 years experience from Chrissy Wright.
Yes, and seems to just get younger, absolutely.
Yeah, like we've already mentioned, both her, Nat Bavister and Kat Beaver.
Yep.
I think Chrissy's got the most probably though on all of them, to be honest. In fact, I know she has got the most.
Now the 6 minutes have gone by on our BFBS timing, so we'll see
the
what the
RAF
refs
are in
say.
here, 4v. Oh.
Yes, we've got some legs there from Harriet Wellings on the left wing.
Yeah, she's just going to keep
Just
it in the
gonna hold
corner
it.
there. That's probably
They know
sensible.
that that whistle is coming.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, isn't it?
And
I
he's
think
looking at his watch, the ref, but he hasn't quite reached for his whistle yet.
they'll take their time to get the ball in.
And he's saying that came off an Army knee.
Yeah.
So yes, RAF taking their time.
And that'll
as we wait
pretty
that
much
final
be it.
whistle.
They're going to just wait in the corner here and play in the corner.
They won't mind that.
It's goal kick. Have
Goal
they
kick.
got enough time to take it though?
Well, the ref is just not looking at. He keeps looking at his watch, but he's not got whistle yet. So Nicole
Got to hurry
Gare,
up here.
potentially the last play of this inter-services fixture and this inter-services from 2025. The RAF 4-3.
Oh, they've got a player over here as well if they can play
Lovely.
it. Oh,
Well,
she's
they've
in
got
down
two
the
players
right-hand
over.
side.
Oh, left of the post, and
That'll
is
be
it.
Oh.
What a way, the RAF.
Hey, fair play to the Army for that. That was they made a really good game of it. I mean, congratulations to the RAF.
I've got goosebumps. I thought that was going. I thought that was in.
It was a very, very close game, especially that last 10 minutes made it very nerve-wracking, I bet, for all of the RAF management staff and
Well,
players.
I tell you what, Glenn, they're celebrating as deservedly so, and they win their 5th inter-services title in a row. But I think a lot of that is relief because they were absolutely pushed. Why they left it to the last 10 minutes, the last quarter of the game, I'll never know. But well done to both sides. The RAF deserve a champions, but the Army can look and, well, hold their heads proud for that.
Yeah, definitely. They gave it their best shot, and they've definitely, again, moved on from last year. And they'll probably be hurting like we were this time last season. But they'll take it and they're building it, and they'll come back stronger next year for it. And obviously, congratulations to the RAF 5 times in a row. They've been, again, superb this year. And like I said, they've clearly got players playing at a decent level of football, decent standard in Civvy Street. And playing together and getting that time off to be able to train, play, and that's what it brings you. It brings you success if you've got that time, that ability, and the commitment there.
It's great scenes, and you know there's a lot of blue on the pitch. The Army have got together in their own little huddle, and you know we're not privy to those conversations. We don't need to be. I think we all know what's being said. It's just push on and take the best out of what you've gone, and both players and all 3 teams can be proud of what they've achieved this year. But I don't want to bang on about it, but winning 5 in a row over what has been about 7 years because of COVID. We talk so much about consistency, and that's what it is. But the RAF are just. It's lovely to see. As much as I want other teams to come forward and challenge them like the Army have done today and like the Navy have done as well. But it is great to see. I like to see because it shows, it mirrors what happens at civilian level as well. We see dominance in other sports and other leagues.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, this year it's been a lot closer than it has been in previous years with all 3 matches. And like I say, obviously I'm not going to say it's great to see the RAF winning it again for a 5th year, because for me it isn't, but it is something that we need to break down as a team for the RN and for the Army and take that off them next year.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's a bit of a cliche. We've said it in rugby, rugby's the winner, football's the winner on this occasion. They're giving Michelle Perks a great send-off there. Wow, the whole team giving her the bumps. I haven't had the bumps since I was about 12 years old, I don't think. So good on them. There's some, incredible incredible players within that side, incredible players within all of it. And of course, you know, as the year goes on, these girls will represent it at UK Armed Forces level as well. I'm sorry, I've got a frog in my throat, excuse me. And we are very shortly going to hear from Kat Beaver, who is one of those aforementioned and obviously the captain of RAF and UCAF football as well. And she is, well, we've said a stalwart, and I don't know how long Kat Beaver's got left, but I'm sure she feels like she's got a couple more years at least. But yeah, Simon Hunter and Chris are with Kat Beaver, the RAF winning captain.
Well, we just about got our breath back after that, hopefully. RAF winning captain Kat Beaver has as well. How do you sum all that up?
It was emotional towards the end. Yeah, the Army kept going. We knew they would. You know, they're hurting from the years that they've not won it, but we managed to survive the pressure, and yeah, it's great. Champions again, yeah.
Must make it even sweeter for you, as you say, when they came back, and obviously knowing as well they needed just a draw to do it today too.
Yeah, I suppose that puts extra pressure on us to know that we've got to get a goal. Obviously, we went a few up and then conceded a few, but we've beat them, haven't we? We scored one more goal. Yeah.
What a lovely way for you to send off head coach as well, Perks, today. How was that?
Yeah, we obviously wanted the win anyway, but to do it for her as well, that's just icing on the cake. Yeah. Send her off into Civvy Street.
And also cherry on top for you getting a couple yourself today, not just the spot kick, but one at the other end too.
Yeah, it was a free kick. George managed to play it through, and then I just managed to tuck it round the keeper, so yeah, chuffed about that, but just happy about the win. Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, I'll let you go and enjoy the celebrations, and we'll go back up to our commentary team, Kath Brazier and Glenn Long.
Thank you.
Well, Glenn, yeah, she, you know, Kat Beaver said that, doing it from Michelle Perkins, but they obviously were nervous at the end, and then we got confirmation of that, and not surprisingly as well.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the Army gave it a really good go in that last 5-10 minutes, and on another day, that last shot there, like you say, you gave you goosebumps. It almost went in. It would have been a right end to the game if that had gone in, and I'm sure everyone would have been crazy, obviously other than the RAF.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, fair play, and like I say, I'm sure all the RAF have given Perks a good send-off there. I think there's a bit of a celebration going on in the Army camp because Chrissy Wright, it was her last in services this year, and she's getting a good send-off from the Army players there at this moment in time, which is great to see for a servant to the game, and she scored a great goal today as well.
Yeah, Christy Wright, brilliant to see, and we are going to stay with this until we got the presentation. So sorry, Glenn, we're going to have to keep talking sort of long into the time. But let's just talk about your Navy side, and you know, how much longer have you still got with them? Is what's the contract like when you become, you know, head coach of a team? Do they say you've got 3 years, you've got 5 years, or is it kind of just dependent on what suits you and your job?
So it's sort of dependent. I mean, Sam Covey, the manager before me, had a long period as player and then manager as well. So yeah, we'll see going forward what we're going to do. But next year, definitely, I'll be involved, and we'll rebuild. We'll have our chats with the players, which. We've had some chats, but we'll have chats with more players. But we'll go home. We'll reflect on this in a couple of weeks' time, and have a RNFA meeting to refresh and regroup and chat of what things were good, what things didn't go so good, and then we'll come back and try and change them things, and hopefully give the RAF and Army a better game next year.
Fantastic, Glenn. Well, as the presentation is going to be undergoing, I'm just going to leave it. Hopefully you guys who are watching here on YouTube and Facebook can hear the announcements made from downstairs. So I'll leave this for a while, just so you can enjoy the presentation. And Glenn, we'll say goodbye to you. Thank you so much for joining us. I know it was an easy trip for you, but honestly, it means so much to us when we have your know-how and knowledge on such big games. And yeah, all the best for next season. We'll see you then.
Thanks very much, Kath, and thank you for all your coverage this season. Really appreciate it.
Thanks to Glenn. Yeah, we'll just leave you now with the presentation, and the RAF champions again of Inter-Services football.
Brilliant.
Well done. Another one. Okay. Well done, cheers. Good game, good game. Well played, deserved it. Cheers. Good evening. Thank you. This is the last one. Have a great weekend.
Okay, so as we've seen, the RAF are Inter-Services champions in the women's competition, and we've just seen Cat Beaver lift the cup and all the players receive their medals. The Army, of course, deserved second place, I suppose you could say. They were 4-3, and quite honestly, that was a very exciting final minutes to this Inter-Services. So the Army are men's champions and the RAF are women's champions for the 5th year in a row. But we're going to say goodbye now as we leave football, Inter-Services football, for this year. I'm sure there will be more UK Armed Forces at some point for you to see further on in the year, and we'll bring you back. But for any lives that you want to watch next week, we've got the UK Armed Forces Sports Awards, which are taking place at the RAF Club in London. So do join us on Thursday for that, as we see some wonderful pictures of the RAF celebrating. They are Inter-Services Football Champions 2025.